This is not a video that I expected to make probably ever, and I mean it kind of makes sense because I mean I love this game. I still love this game. I love everything about this game, and that'll never change. But I can't. I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't. I don't want to play this game anymore. The current state of the game is awful, and I'm not gonna talk about a lot of stuff in this video. I'm gonna miss a lot of things. This is just only gonna be talking about the state of competitive and the game itself. When you queue up, I could talk about how bad ranked as a game mode is, or how bad the update cycles have been, and how little content there is. That's not what this video is about. This video is about just the meta mainly, and how this might genuinely be the worst meta of all time. So, with this update, Supercell opted to try the first control meta in 2, 3, 4 years, which it feels great. I'm gonna be honest. On day 1 and day 2 of the update, it felt great. I made a tweet about it, and what could have possibly changed to change that? I mean, the big thing that changed was people realized just aggros weren't as useful anymore. The only aggros that are really good right now are Damien, which is only good because he has 2 knockbacks. I think if they reverted every single nerf Damien has ever received. Wait, hold on me. Let me actually show you guys. This is what Humble's tier list is, and this is top 3 team in the world. This is what they play. This is how they play the game. This is their priority. This is how they think the game should be played. If you look at the A and S tier, there's very few aggressive brawlers. There's Damien, which is only good because he has 2 knockbacks. I'm standing on this. That if they reverted every single Damien nerf and they removed his second star power, he would be like B tier. I'm not even joking, he'd be horrible. The only reason Damien is good is because he has 2 knockbacks that he can chain. Because you can chain the super, hit them on the edge of the super, knock them back into you, and you can knock them back into it and then knocks them back into you. That is the only reason he's good. If he lost either his knockback on his speakers or the knockback on his star power, or I guess, yeah, the knockback on his star power, he would be completely useless. Just flat out. There's Edgar, which is really only good because of the gadget that gives him an extra jump. We saw he was only played 3 times in NA monthlies, and he won all 3, but one of them was against Sunny, which, like, no offense, bro, but it's Tribe versus Sunny, and the other 2 were pit stops, so he's not really that consistent anymore. There's Kit, but you're never really playing Kit as an aggressive brawler right now. He's occasionally useful, but I don't have too many bad things to say about Dog. Shade, which, I mean, Shade's really good, but if he gets countered at all, he's just homeless. And then Bolt, which is Bolt, you know? Those are the aggros that are good right now. You know, the honest aggros, like Kaze, Mina, Genji, Mortis, they're at least B tier, which is good, but, like, it's never worth playing them, because you're just gonna get, like, outgunned. And you're gonna be like, oh, you consider Mortis an ethical brawler? Yes. Yes, I do. Because Mortis doesn't have anything that's fundamentally busted. He has a cop-out and combo spinner, and that's it. Same for Mina. Both are guys, there's cop-outs. Kenji is just an honest brawler. Same for Kaze. They have nothing fundamentally busted in their kit that makes them unfun and uncounterable. Edgar has you know, his gadget. Bolt is just Bolt, and Damien has like 3 knockbacks, and Shade just can go through. Like, all those brawlers are just they're only good because they're fundamentally broken. You fix or nerf any part of those kits, they're gonna be like C or D tier. I'm not even joking. You know, Ali is like a C tier brawler now. She was borderline S tier last patch, and there were a ton of anti tanks that just hard counter her, and she's now C tier. She's probably the best, like, numbers-wise assassin in the game right now. And she's C tier. I guess. And also, just look at the top of S tier. The top 10 brawlers, which are all these brawlers here except Wendy. 8 of them are anti-tanks or are ridiculously good into tanks. 6 of them are just anti-tanks. One of them's 8-bit, which just, like, smites the whole roster and then has damage booster. And then Max can get, like, 4 hypers a game into a tank. The other two are Damien, which is, again, only there because he's 2 knockbacks, and Nori, which isn't even out in competitive and won't be until the next LAN event. So, does that really count? No, bro. No, it doesn't count. It just doesn't count. And I'm just ignoring the fact that Starnova literally just got a hypercharge, because that, that's great too, bro. Like, yeah, we need to give Starnova a hypercharge too. A big misconception with this meta is I hate it because aggro brawlers aren't good. That's not it. That plays a part, but that's not it. I wouldn't care if this was the meta, I'd find it more fun to play harder matchups and win them. It'd feel better to play. But the problem is that the brawlers that are broken don't take any skill to play. They just don't. They literally just take 0 skill to play. Crow takes absolutely no skill to play. He's taken no skill for ever since his release, actually. I'll be honest. But we'll go there. And then he got 4 nerfs, and now he's better than he was before his nerfs. Do you realize how impressive that is to make a brawler that you nerf 4 times, and then because of a meta shift, he's the best character in the game and better than he has ever been the past few months? Dude, that's impressive. That's just how stupid Crow has been for years, and I don't get why Supercell refuses to change it. Additionally, I mean, like, and then you have 8-Bit, which is like, oh, 8-Bit's like honest, right? Oh, 8-Bit's honest. Damage Booster's never been honest, I'll be honest. Everything else with 8-Bit's tough. And then they just let him shoot 2 streams at once, like, I guess. So now you could just, I'm going to shoot my gadget here in my main attack here, and then you have to get hit by one of them. Choose wisely. It's unpinchable. What are you going to do about it, There's nothing you can do about it. Max is fine. I think the only thing Max is only this good because of the shield, which just makes this meta even more AIDS. If they nerf / remove the shield on Max, she'd be fine. I don't even hate Max. Even with the shield, I don't hate Max too much. Surge is just, Surge, I like Surge being this good, but he's still way too strong. Like, he can get a couple nerfs, for sure. Like, he can get a couple nerfs. Like, I'm like, just some, like, make the gadget cooldown reduction on the Buffy require you to take a certain number of damage within, like, the first 0.5 seconds of the gadget being active. Because the fact you just get hit by Crow Poison once and get 2 shots is kind of stupid. Or just make it get 1 ammo back. That's fine too. And then Griffin Meg. I'll loop Griffin Meg together. Like, they just don't require. You just shoot and do a ton of damage, and there's no counterplay. Their supers are stupidly strong. Griff can open the map, so pretty much any brawler that needs bushes to play the game is just useless now because you can just go Griff and open the map. Like, there's just no counterplay to Griff right now, and it's just stupid because he does 7k damage a shot. Like, you could afford to get, like, hit back then because it wouldn't do too much damage. Now you can't. And then Meg is not that, like, Meg is, like, okay in mech form. But the problem is her out of mech form. She's just too stupid out of... Toolbox is broken as hell and needs to go. I've seen it all. I've just seen it all. I thought Toolbox was bad. It's so busted. The fact it knocks you back twice in the same gadget is insane. Like, why does a brawler that has above average HP, extremely above average damage, and pretty good range need 2 knockbacks in a single gadget? Why? Why do you need 2 knockbacks in a single gadget? I don't get it. And then also, it just gives you mech back. So, you don't even have to worry about... The one skill in Meg was managing your max HP, so you didn't die. Because if you got D-Max, it was over. But now, you want to get D-Max also, because you just have 10k HP, and you're faster than a max hyper when you get D-Max. Why? I don't know. It's actively benefiting you to lose your mech, which it should never happen. Because you just can't die when you're on a mech, because you're too fast and you have too much HP. I played Surge into a Meg yesterday, where I Surge Hyper, jumped the Meg, hit her 4 times, and she lived. How? How do you survive that? I mean, she was getting Byron heal, but it was like 1 Byron. She got hit by 1 Byron heal, and she survived a Surge Hyper in 3 shots. Like, it's just ridiculous. That brawler's just too stupid. Lumi, again, also Lumi, okay. I've said this for a long time. It's like, ever since Lola got bugs to where she did that much damage, she was incredibly strong. But I said, the fact that Lumi got banned from BSC in almost every tournament for 2 months because of that bug, while Lumi does practically the same amount of damage, but also has three of the best CC abilities in the game, and her main attack slowing by 30%, a root on her super, and then Ice Gadget. If Lola had all of those in her kit, she'd be the best brawler of all time. And Lumi has that. Lumi's the only brawler in the S tier that hasn't either just released or gotten a Buffy. And people think that she's, it's Lumi, it's okay. No, it's not. It's Lumi. You could probably one-trick her to pro. If you're a legendary peak this season, you could probably one-trick her to pro. I'm not even joking. She's that stupid, and no one bans her. I haven't even talked about Star Nova yet. I haven't talked about Star Nova. But, she's just a crow, but you actually have impact and can carry a game, which is just great, man. Like, great. You can carry even harder than Crow can on Star Nova because you have perfect auto aim. You do a shit ton of damage, and then I don't even know. Like, it's just, like, she does way too much. She just does way too much. I don't know why they just kept buffing her when people easily realized that she was a lot better than we thought she was. It's insane. So, the fact is, every character in the S tier besides Nori, which isn't out yet, and Wendy, which isn't out yet, and in competitive at least, all of them you could just spam auto aim and win on, besides Lumi. But if you hit one shot, you could spam auto aim and win. Literally, none of these brawlers require any sense of aim or mechanic. Like, a few metas ago when BB and Bull were good, at least you had to have, like, good movement. You needed good movement to play them well. Hell, even Edgar needed good movement. Now you could just spam auto aim and win games. And it just led to a meta where no one wants to make good plays because you don't have to. Because you could just, if you have any small advantage, you can just AFK and win the game. Because no one wants to push into this meta. You can't push into a Griff. You can't push into a Meg. You can't push into an 8-bit. You can't push into a Crow. You can't push into a Surge. You can't push into a Lumi that can just ice you out or root you. You can't push into a Star Nova. You just can't push. You can't do. You're not incentivized to do anything this meta. You making any type of cool play that can win you a game just insta loses you the game because there's just no counterplay. It just led to a game that is completely unfun. I don't enjoy. I don't want to play. I love playing ranked. Ranked is what I used to play all day. I don't want to play the game. You don't feel good for winning a game or doing something cool because you just spam auto aim 4 times and win the game. We had metas where you could just fucking Kenji Hyper in, and 1v3, you pull the whole team into a Kenji slash, you cycle it 3 times, then just spam auto aim 3 times and win the fight. That took more skill than whatever the hell's going on now. Like, no one's incentivized to be aggressive. It's just stupid. I know people are like, but in scrims, I don't care. I don't care. Because they're obviously not the game's just not being played the same as before. And another thing that I have not mentioned in this video, and I didn't try to talk about ranked or, anything else besides, the meta, but another thing I actually completely forgot about is just, like, how bad the game quality has been because of this meta, where, people that don't know how to, because, the meta's only been, aggros and hypercharges and run it down and do cool stuff for the past couple years. People forgot how to play control, You'll see Griffs just, like, break walls into 8-bits. Like, you have a Griff on your team against the 8-bit, they'll break walls. Or, I don't need to talk. But no one knows macro anymore. No one knows how to make a good gameplay decision. Which has just led to any rank besides the very top being just gambling. Because if you get that dumb guy, there's nothing you can do. Because they're just going to play hard meta. They're just going to go 3 anti-tanks and you lose. And there's nothing you can do. Because back then you could maybe go like a cool aggro and try and make a cool play that can win you the game while they don't, just hoping that your teammate doesn't throw. But now, you can't stop them from doing anything like bad. They do something bad, you just lose. Because you can't push into, a Griff. Or you can't do a cool play into a Griff. Or you can't do it into a Meg. Because she'll knock you back. That's just what the game has just evolved into that now. And it's another reason why the game feels absolutely horrible to play right now. If Colt or any skilled anti-tank, if one of them was as good as any of these brawlers right now, I wouldn't care. But the fact is that none of these brawlers genuinely require that much skill is insane. It's just not fun. So I'm done. I'm just done. I'm not playing the game. I'm done. I'm quitting the game until they fix this meta. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I could not care less to play the game right now than it is right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop playing Brawl. I'm not going to stream. I'm not going to play anymore. I'm not going to do it until a single balance patch comes out. If The only thing I will ever do is watch esports events. That's it. I may occasionally stream an esports event, but that's it. I'm not actually going to play the game anymore because I just don't want to play it. Until the meta either evolves to how somehow that some aggros become useful again that aren't just some stupid niche picks. Or there's a balance patch that makes some of these brawlers not so oppressively busted that just the average Joe can just like spam auto aim and get pro, you know? As soon as as soon as the meta gets fixed or the meta changes to be better, I'm not playing. I just give up. I'll keep streaming. I'll stream Deadlock. I'll stream GD. I'll stream anything other than this game right now because it's just not fun. I don't enjoy the game anymore. And if Supercell never wants to fix this meta, I'll just never play. I'll just quit, bro. Think this is my retirement video, you know? I really wish this is how it goes, but it is how it happens. So, you know, it is what it is. I think that's pretty much everything I needed to say just about how much I hate the meta right now. Let me know what you guys think. This game's miserable to me right now. Maybe it is for you. You could let me know. But I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, I just don't know what to do. So I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna go next update. I'll see you guys then. So until then, this is it.